Hello, welcome to my best and worst of the year. Pretty simply, I'm going to be talking about the best games and the worst games of the year. There are a few categories here that I'm going to go through. The first one is games I played this year that didn't cut it. And these aren't necessarily horrible games, they just, for one reason or another, I felt like I didn't want to put them on my best games of the year list. Again, not because they're like horrible, just because maybe I didn't like them or I had issues with them and I didn't want to put them on my best games. So those games are going to be Multiversus and Rumbleverse. Try to make this video go quick because I don't need to talk about these games all damn day. Anyway, Multiversus, my biggest issue with it was the servers. It was just laggy. And people would be like, no, it's not lag, it's just your computer, bro. Even though, like, it's well documented that it has horrible, weird lag. Then you just get sucked into the bottom of the screen and die. The battle pass sucks balls. It's way too much money. Skins are way too much money. I don't know. It is free, so you have to take that in consideration. It's fun if it's a fun little free Smash clone, basically, but other than that, it can really get on my nerves, especially the try-hard Bugs Bunnies. I hate them. Now, Rumbleverse, it's weird because I really liked Rumbleverse when I first started playing it, but then I don't know what happened. The servers, I don't know if I just got good enough at the game to notice things, but there's I don't know. It also has weird lag issues, right? Weird server issues and weird balance, tackle was so absurd. And you have all these people running around with no clothes, the darkest skin color, hiding in the shadows. Freaking meta kill you. And I don't know, the game, I have to say, characters are quite ugly. I mean, you could say that's part of the charm, is how ugly the characters are, but I don't know, just gets on my nerve. Tackle was so ridiculous, they nerfed it, and then it's still really annoying to get tackled off screen, and someone just teleports to you with their tackle move. It can get really annoying. It gets on my nerves too. But yeah, these are games that I played a lot of, but they just got on my nerves after a while. Funny that they have very similar names. Anyway, now to the good games. So this category is games that came out this year, that I played this year. I didn't actually play that many games. There's only 7 games here. And two of them I didn't even play myself. I just watched a friend play the whole game. So there's, a little asterisk on those. But yeah, these are games that came out this year. I didn't play Elden Ring, I'm sorry. Not for lack of wanting either, it's just I don't think my computer could run it. And I don't really want to get it on PlayStation 4, so I didn't play it. Not that I wouldn't want to. I do think it looks very good, of course, and I do think it deserved Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Anyway, number 7, coming in hot, Sonic Frontiers. Man, let me tell you, my opinion really turned around on this game. When the first trailers came out, I thought it looked so bad, and it does have that Sonic crust to it, right? Where it's I don't know, it's this weird jankiness, you can just run up walls. It's very weird. I watched a friend play this, didn't play it myself, but saw the whole game. The final boss on hard mode is so stupid. Turns into bullet hell, and looked so annoying to play, and it's really long too. But these bosses, these giant bosses, are really cool. Play an awesome song and you beat the shit out of them as Supersonic. Kind of awesome. Yeah, it's a pretty good Sonic game. I mean, not that Sonic is ever that exceptional these days. The last exceptional game was probably Mania, but it was good. It was good for Sonic. Modern Sonic 3D Sonic standards. If I had to give it a rating, I'd say, 7 out of 10-ish. The music was very good. Well, sometimes. The cyberspace music could have been better, and those levels could have been freaking better too. But, the vocal tracks were really good. Really, really good. Coming in at number 6 is Splatoon 3. Probably be a bit higher if I played it more. Only played it for a little bit, but it seems it's very fun. It's very fun to shoot people with ink. Control, this is like my first Splatoon game that I actually tried to play, and aiming with gyros feels very unnatural to me. But then I tried to turn gyro off, and it was just even worse. But I still need to play the single player. But yeah, it's very fun game, lots of fun little customization stuff. It's nice to run around and see the weird things people draw. Yep, it's Splatoon. It's nice to see Nintendo coming out with a game that doesn't look awful. I think they've done a really good job with Splatoon. They've given it the care and love that it deserves. They don't make many new IPs these days, but Splatoon, when it came out, is pretty dang good. And I'm glad to see that they're, continuing to keep it up. Keep up the Splatoon. Number 5 is going to be Nobody Saves the World. This is a game I never even heard about, and then it came out on Steam, and a friend was like, hey, we should play this, and I was like, okay. It was really fun. Very fun. I like all the different forms you can be. And it gets crazy when you can start taking abilities from other forms. And it was just fun to go around and kill stuff. It's a very nice little indie game. I don't hear very many people talking about it, but I think that it probably deserves a bit more recognition. It is an indie game, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, I think it deserves a bit more recognition. The hell, Game Awards, you didn't hear about this game or something? Anyway, number 4. Gonna be Vampire Survivors. Here's some footage of what it does to streamers' bitrate. This is a weird one because the gameplay is basically run around, right? And then you auto attack everything. Not that there isn't skill involved in, kiting enemies and choosing good upgrades, work well together, yada yada, and weaving through enemies to escape. There is some skill involved, but a lot of it is just dumb fun, really. You just watch everything die, and it's just satisfying. It's just satisfying. It's oddly really addictive. You know what I mean? I don't know why Stray was nominated for Best Debut and Best Indie. Surely it should have just been in the Best Indie category so that, Vampire Survivors could win Best Debut Indie like it actually deserved. F you, Stray. I didn't play Stray, but I will say F you, Stray anyway. But yeah, expansion came out recently. I haven't played it yet, but the game is very cheap. Very cheap. It's definitely worth your dollar because you'll get a lot of hours out of a very few amount of dollars, let me tell you. Very good. Pretty sure it's free on Xbox Game Pass as well, so there you go. Number 3 here is going to be Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's pretty high. It would probably be higher if Chapter 6 and 7 weren't, kind of bad and disappointing. I don't know what, I just don't get it, right? It turned really weird at the end. Spoilers. Okay, maybe I won't go to it. But, everything that, the game was before just kind of, it just turned into generic nonsense. Okay, spoiler for the next 10 seconds. When Noah says, "We are hope," that was so stupid. Okay, spoiler over. You know what I mean? Oh, I could go into a lot of spoilers. Ooh. Okay, you know what? Spoiler talk. I'll put a time code on the screen now. You don't want spoilers. So, the Mio. Okay, Mio. She is confronting her mortality throughout, the entire game. And at the end of Chapter 5, it's oh, well, she's dead. And it's an extremely amazing scene. The end of Chapter 5 is the best, one of the best things I've ever seen. It was so good. But then, it doesn't even matter. She's still alive. Okay, fine, whatever. Anime, no one ever really dies. I mean, I guess you can't get rid of an entire party member, but I don't know, man. It didn't feel great. But I would be okay with it if Mio didn't turn into, boring nothing. For the rest of the game, she's just oh, let me tell you about a memory that I got from the other Mio. We need to go here. I saw this from the other Mio's memory. Nia and Melia, why are they even here? They're barely in the game. So what's the point? Couldn't it have just been a new character? I don't know. I was thinking, man, I know Nia and Melia are in this game somewhere. Surely they're gonna have a major role. Oh no, they show up in the last chapter. and they help beat up this big head. Also Zed, the villain, so lame. What a lame final boss. Xenoblade 1 and 2 were way better final boss. Also Noah's boring. I'm sorry. Anyway, spoiler talk over. In general terms, I think the story was it was kind of slow going at the beginning, but I really liked the setup of where it was like heading, the tone, and then chapter 5 was amazing, and then chapter 6 and 7, which is the end of the game, kind of fell off a cliff for me in terms of story and plot and all that, but whatever. The combat, I watched a friend play it. I watched him play the whole Xenoblade series. The combat looked really kind of fun, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't really say unless I did it myself, but it's not like it's that hard to follow. I can imagine playing the game. But yeah, the combat was fine. It was good. Pretty good, in fact. All-out attack. No, what's it called? Chain attack. All-out attack's Persona. Chain attack was really good in this game. Really overpowered, kind of, but better than the weird Xenoblade 2 chain attack, where you have to like put balls around them with the seals and then do the chain attack in order to continue it. And Xenoblade 1, I don't even know how you'd continue a Xenoblade 1 chain attack. It's just random. But yeah, the story, probably the weakest. I'd say it had like the highest highs but the lowest lows. So I don't know, dude. I don't know where to rank the story in comparison to the other games. The combat, probably the best. The characters, though. The main cast of the 6 characters. Lance, Senna, Tyon, Uni, Noah, Mio. You know, Noah and Mio are really good before, chapter 6. Everyone else is really good throughout the whole game. I think in terms of, like, the main playable cast, this game is probably the best. Because, like Xenoblade 1, I really love Riki and Rein and Shulk and Melia, but Charla's kind of boring. And then a spoiler character, let's just say that you get later in the game. I think they could have done a bit more with her, to be honest, but she wasn't terrible. Is that all? Oh, Dunban is really good. But yeah, Charla and spoiler character I think could have been a bit better. Xenoblade 2, oh man, it's like a mix. Xenoblade 2 is the highest highs and lowest lows for characters. My favorite character of Xenoblade in general is Nia. Just love her personality, her attitude, her Welsh accent. But then Xenoblade 2 also has the lowest lows and really, really low lows. You got like 3 characters who are stinking up the roster here. Rex, Pyra, and Mithra. I hate them all. Well, I don't hate them. I know I'm gonna get, a lot of crap for that, but Rex, man, he's ugly, he's kind of annoying. Like, what does he really learn? I don't know if he learns a thing. He's just kind of the same throughout the whole game, just this kind of, naive, nice guy, right? Pyra and Mithra, like, they're fine. Personality-wise, they're fine, but they're very, like, tropey. Like, Pyra is like the, the perfect wife trope. Ooh, she can cook for you, and she's always nice to you. Ooh, blushy crushy moments. And then Mithra's the, ooh, she's sassy, but she actually really likes you deep down. The tsundere kind of type almost. So they're a bit tropey. Not horrible personality-wise. What I really don't like about them is their designs. Like, you can defend the design all you want, okay? We all know that you're just talking out of your groin here. You're just like, ooh, I like it because it's hot. But, like, even if you weren't, like, concerned about the sexual nature one way or another, the designs are still ugly anyway, and make no sense. Like, it's not about showing too much skin. Look at this. I have Senna here on this slide. She's showing a lot of skin, but her design is actually good. It has personality. It's good. It's not just, here's my big boobs and my pants that are 1-inch long pants. Like, let's get away from that. But yeah, they're just, tropey, whatever characters. Anyway. But then Xenoblade 3, of course. I like all the characters. Noah and Mio. They're not bad, they're just kind of boring by the end. But they have a lot of good stuff in the beginning and the middle. Tyon, Uni, Lance, all have really good moments. Senna, I just like her, like in general. I'm the girl with the gall. And of course, in classic Xenoblade fashion, there are lines that you hear 5,000 times throughout the game. Yippee! Yes, Uni's the best. Very good lines. Yeah, that, Noah. Lance wants something a bit meatier. Oh, got a red doodah right here. But anyway, Xenoblade. Xenoblade's a weird game. I both love and kind of hate it. But, like, I don't hate it in a way where I actually hate it. I hate it in a funny way. Does that even make sense? Whatever, let's move on. Number 2. The Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative. And yes, it is I, not AI. Although, I don't care if someone says AI, because it should. Anyway, almost forgot this game even came out this year. In classic fashion, who's the guy who made this game? I don't remember his name. He did like Zero Escape, right? In classic fashion, his game has mind-boggling twists. Twist in this game was kind of actually really cool. No spoilers. There are some really kind of cool twists in this game. Good character stuff, good mysteries, really good alternative routes as well. And it's, you know, a classic fashion for this guy. I forgot his name, I'll put it on the screen. He has a lot of weird, do I call it science? Not really science, weird like conspiracy, weird theory stuff. Like you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like I remember in Zero Escape 1, 999, talk about the morphogenetic field. Like that's weird stuff. There's like one part where you're just in a room and Santa starts talking about some weird shit. He might have actually been just talking about the morphogenetic field. About like weird like experiments. Some characters will just tell you about weird experiments. Like, hey, did you hear about this weird experiment that actually happened in real life? This crazy thing happened. But so, you know, it has that kind of weird stuff sometimes. But yeah, pretty dang good sequel, I think. Anyway, no spoilers. Moving on. And number 1, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It's actually my first Kirby game that I've bought, played, and finished. I've played other Kirby games, just not very much. And, like, I've heard memes that Kirby, like, always fights a god at the end of his games. Man, it sure is true. Yeah, it was just fun. Fun Kirby stuff. Like the little fight with Meta Knight that you can do at the arena or whatever. I like all the fun little levels, all the fun abilities. Mouthful mode is funny, very funny. Create some fun little puzzles with that. I like all the challenges that give you stuff. I don't know, it's just fun. It's just a really fun Kirby game. Glad I got it, glad I played it. It was a good time. Yes, I am a Nintendo shill, by the way. Anyway, that's my game of the year that came out this year. And with that, we're moving on to the next category, which is games that I played this year for the first time that did not come out this year, but I want to give them some recognition anyway. I should probably work on the title for this category for next year, but these are games that did not come out this year, but I played them for the first time, experienced them for the first time this year, and so I want to talk about them, because it's like, okay, you have the actual game of the year that I played, which was Kirby, that came out this year. But then there's all these other games that I played this year. It's like, okay, surely I can talk about those, right? I have like a secondary game of the year category where it's like, well, this didn't come out this year, but I played it this year, so this is my game of the year, even though it didn't come out this year. Kind of category. Does that make sense? I don't know, but as I say, I want to give them some recognition anyway. First up is an honorable mention, Majora's Mask. I played it, finished it this month. Full playthrough is on my channel. I played this for the channel, and for myself. I wanted to play it anyway, right? But I did upload this to the channel. You can watch my whole playthrough there, the highlights at least. I'm pretty slow at getting the full playthrough unedited up on my second channel. I just haven't got around to it. I've been focusing on the main channel mostly. But don't worry, second channel will get the full upload eventually. But it's only an honorable mention because it's kind of cheating to put it on my list, because even though I played it for myself the first time this year, I had seen a full playthrough of the game in a previous year, and I've seen, you know, tons of speedruns of this game, so I knew like everything about the game already before I actually played it myself. So honorable mention, if I did count it, it would be number 2, by the way. So there's actually something better than it that I played this year. But yeah, it would be really high if I did include it. But I'm not including it because it's kind of cheating, because I've already seen the whole game in a previous year. But anyway, number 5, Klonoa. I also uploaded this playthrough to the channel. This was a very good game. Very surprising too. I saw like, when I first saw it was like during the Nintendo Direct. It's like the new version, and I'm like, wow, Klonoa, this game looks like a cute little game, right? Klonoa's a cute little guy. This looks like a cute little fun game. Maybe I'll try it out. And then I play the original Klonoa 1 on PS1, and I upload it to the channel, and boy, does it go to dark places, man, let me tell you. I certainly, when I saw the trailer for this on the Switch, I never expected that I would be crying at this game. Twice, mind you. That's kind of like a good surprise, kind of. Because it's like, well, I wasn't expecting this, but I'm pleasantly surprised that it actually, you know, it's got something going on to it. It's kind of awesome. Very memorable. Certainly the ending is very memorable for one reason or another. But yeah, Klonoa himself, he's pretty cool, I guess. He's a cool little guy, cool little dude. There's a Klonoa Nendroid that looks really good. Nendroids are too much for me though. Too much money for me though. The gameplay, not extremely complex, but it's got some cool stuff you can do. So there's some cool like platforming tricks that you have to do in the later levels. There's one that like I kept dying over and over because it was kind of hard, but then once I got it, it was kind of awesome. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to play, and it's got a kind of really interesting story as well. Definitely didn't expect a story like this when I first saw it, but anyway, yeah, check it out if you haven't. Pretty dang good. Anyway, number 4 is Yakuza Like a Dragon. There are actually 2 Yakuza games that I played this year. One is Yakuza 6 and the other is this one. But I'm only going to put one Yakuza game on the list. That's going to be Yakuza 7. I played the whole Yakuza series like in a row, except I played 0 through 5 last year, so I can't even put them on this list. Then I played Yakuza 6 and 7 at the beginning of this year, so they're the only ones that kind of really that can really count. But that's okay, because Yakuza 7 is my favorite of the whole bunch anyway. Close second would be Yakuza 0. I know that I'm probably alone in this, but I actually really like the turn-based combat of Yakuza 7. Kind of almost like it more than the regular action combat of the other Yakuza games. Not that that's bad or anything. And like if a new Yakuza game comes out, well, I mean they are making a new Yakuza game. But like if it returns to the old style or keeps the new style, I won't mind either way. But Ichiban, I love him. I love like all the characters in this game, Adachi and oh shit, what are their names? The hobo guy, the girl, whatever their names are, I forgot. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, man, and talk about an ending that shook me to my core. Don't know if that's the right way to phrase it, but certainly that ending, man. God damn. Very good ending, just so you know. You always love it when a game can be good throughout the whole thing, can stick the landing for the end, and then you're just left with a really good experience, and that's Yakuza 7, or as it's known, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Highly recommended you play the whole Yakuza series, of course. The games are crazy. Weird game sometimes. Karaoke is, of course, always awesome, though. So there you go. Number 3, it's gonna be Devil May Cry 5. Again, I played the whole Devil May Cry series for the first time this year, but I'm only gonna pick one game, so I'll pick the best one, which is Devil May Cry 5, obviously. Second best would probably be 3. Let me give you my Yakuza order real quick. 7, 0, 1, probably 2 or 6, and then 3, and then probably 4, and then 5. Which game was it that had the horrible rubber bullet twist that made me laugh out loud so hard? Was that 4? I think that was 4. 4 also had the horrible final boss where you have to play as the police guy and you beat up the police chief and he has 500 freaking stupid guards and it's so annoying and he's shooting you the entire time. And also I hate that guy's gameplay. I don't care if it's like the best or the meta, I don't even know if it is, but that boss fight was bullshit. And then Yakuza 5 was just fucking too long. It was too long. Side quest the game, really. I mean, like side quests are kind of cool, but god damn, there's a lot. Oh yeah, Yakuza 5 had this horrible ending where Haruka's like, yeah, my dad is freaking in the Yakuza, he was in jail. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Stupid Haruka. Anyway, Kiryu's awesome. Majima's awesome. I want Kiryu to be in Smash Brothers. Also in Smash Brothers, I want Dante. So now, Devil May Cry. My order for the games will probably be 5, 3. It's hard to say 4 or 1 next. 4 or 1 next. Maybe I'll say 4 equals 1. Like 4, I really like Nero's gameplay. The Buster is awesome. But then you have to play the whole game backwards as Dante. And it's like kind of stupid that you have to play the whole game again. But it is faster and also Dante's awesome. So I don't care that much. So probably 4 over 1. I don't know. 1 was good. That's all I'll say. And then next would be DMC, Devil May Cry reboot. The gameplay was really good, really fun gameplay. The characters and story were horrible, horribly bad, awful in fact, and I hated it. But the gameplay was good. And Devil May Cry 2 didn't even beat. It's so bad. You can just spam the shoot button the whole game and win. And also there was a horrific glitch that almost destroyed my ear. There's just a loud noise for no reason. Then it went away. Fuck was that? Devil May Cry 5. Extremely fun. I love switching between all the characters. The story's pretty dang good. The music is freaking amazing. Virgil DLC is awesome, and Virgil's song, very light. One of the best songs I ever heard in my life. Devil May Cry 5 is amazing. It's fun. It got funny stuff. It's got awesome stuff. It's just awesome. It's just awesome. Just go play it. It's awesome. Well, play the other 4 first. You can skip 2. But yeah, it's awesome. Number 2 is going to be a little game called 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim? Is it Aegis, right? It's a little game that I think I've heard of before, but I watched a friend play it, and trust me, the experience would not have been much different if I had played it myself, since it's like just a visual novel, basically. And then there is some combat, but I don't think I was left wanting to play the game after seeing the combat sections. Not that they're bad or anything, it's just that watching them wouldn't be much different than playing the game anyway. But anyway, the characters in this game, very good. The story is a bit of like this confusing, weird mess that you kind of start to tie together. And then, at the end, it's still a bit confusing, but makes a whole lot more sense. And really cool, like, science fiction story. Weird, crazy science fiction story. This main guy here, what's his name again? Juro? He's not the most interesting of the bunch, but that he's bad. Very cool game. Really good voice acting too. Really good voice acting. In English, of course. I only watch anime and subs. I don't play games in Japanese. But anyway, yeah, that's 13 Sentinels. Again, if I was counting Majora's Mask on this list, it would be above this. But I'm just a Zelda head. 13 Sentinels, very good game. If you're not interested in visual novels, probably don't play it. If what you seek most is gameplay, because the gameplay it's good, but it probably won't be enough to keep you invested if you don't care about doing the visual novel-esque stuff. But anyway, I think it's really good. No spoilers, check it out. And finally, we're gonna go to number 1 here. I mean, this game almost would have, if this game came out like a few weeks later, it would have been on the other list at number 1 above Kirby, but came out at the at the beginning of December last year. If you know me, you won't be surprised. It's Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. The only reason that I played this game this year and not last year when it came out is because I had not finished Shadowbringers. I was just getting to Shadowbringers actually when Endwalker came out. I had finished Stormblood literally like the day before Endwalker came out, lost my Sprout icon, and then went through all of Shadowbringers without my Sprout icon just because I beat Stormblood one day before Endwalker came out. Kind of funny. And I didn't beat Shadowbringers until January. 'Cause, you know, I wasn't rushing this game really. Like, I started playing it again summer of last year because I tried it out a few years ago. And I mean, Kent, does this even count? Like, it's just an expansion, you know, kind of like, should I even count this? But I think I will count this because it's, you know, a whole new story. Come on. It's like a whole RPG in itself, every expansion of this game anyway, so, you know, whole RPG story. So I think I will count it. Yeah, I started playing this game in summer of last year. I was still in A Realm Reborn. I played it like 2 years ago. Got to the point right before you pick a grand company, and I stopped playing it, not because I hated it or anything, I just had other stuff I wanted to play, and then I just never got back around to it. Then I was playing Burning Crusade Classic, for God's sake. And then the whole Blizzard scandal happened, and all the streamers started playing Final Fantasy XIV, all the WoW guys started playing 14, and I was just sitting there playing Burning Crusade, waiting for my sub to run out, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna go play Final Fantasy, but I mean, I'll cancel my sub, but I should probably play until it's gone, right? But, you know, I got to like level 64 or something, and I just gave up. I still had a few days left on my sub, but I was just like, fuck it. Fuck this game. Fuck Blizzard. It's like Burning Crusade, like, man, I have to say, questing and WoW, it's not really that fun, guys. It's not really that fun. Like, freaking classic Andes will talk about, man, leveling up is the experience, man. That's the game, leveling up and exploring this world. It's like, dude, I've already explored this world years ago. I don't need to explore it again and do all these boring, repetitive quests. Like, yeah, the world's cool. I like the world of Warcraft, you could say. But man, it's like I don't need to go through it again. You know what I mean? Like, Wrath of the Lich King Classic is out now, isn't it? And that's my favorite expansion. I have no desire to go play it. I'll be honest with you, the only reason I made this category of games that I played this year that didn't come out this year is because I wanted to talk about Final Fantasy. I do have Final Fantasy XIV videos on this channel. I don't really know what to make for content of that game. My Red Mage guide did pretty well, but I mean, I'm not a pro Red Mage player, so it was just some general advice. Got a few things wrong here and there, but yeah, I don't know what I would make content-wise for it anyway. But I haven't played it for a few months, just kind of in like waiting for the next patch to come out. It's actually been good because I got a little burnt out, to be honest, doing duty roulette every day. I mean, it's fun, but boy oh boy, does it become a little draining after a while. So it's actually been good. I haven't played since I think October? Yeah, October. I just let my sub run out and then didn't renew it, basically. So I haven't played since October, but it's been good because I'm getting the itch to go back, so it's actually been pretty good, taking a break. Because once I go back, I'll be having a lot more fun, I think, when the patch finally comes out next month, in January. Not that there's like a lack of content I could be doing either, it's just I don't really want to do hardcore raiding. Island Sanctuary I didn't even bother with. I should probably go try it out when I return to the game. I just got burnt out, that's all. I just got burnt out. I'll go back to it though. I do still sometimes get the itch to play World of Warcraft. It's like you know, I have zero experience with this, so I couldn't tell you, but like if someone like did drugs and they were off of those drugs for like like years, they'd probably be like, man, what if I did that drug again? It's like that kind of itch. I have no idea if that actually happens to people who do drugs, but World of Warcraft is kind of like a drug almost, it seems. Like, I know I shouldn't go back to it. I know I shouldn't play it. I don't really want to play it. I just have the itch to play it because it's just a familiar world, you know? I'm familiar with it. I'm used to it. I know how it works. I know how it functions. It would just be like kind of a comfy, familiar world. But man, the game is just not in a good state. Actually, I don't know. I think I heard Dragonflight was actually pretty good. I just have no real interest to go pay $15 again. I think they need to get rid of the monthly subscription, I'll be honest with you. Like, paying once to just get the expansion would be fine with me. Surely they make enough money from the store. Actually, I don't know. I'm not on the inside. But, you know, I think would be cool is if, when Microsoft takes over, if they made a World of Warcraft subscription part of Xbox Game Pass. That would be pretty cool, huh? I don't even have an Xbox. Does Xbox Game Pass work on Windows? I don't know. I'd have to look into that. This has turned into a World of Warcraft ramble. Of course it did, though. Final Fantasy XIV's an MMO. All the WoW people went over there, including myself. Some were never seen in World of Warcraft again. Some went back to World of Warcraft. Some play both nowadays. But, you know, I don't know if I'll ever play WoW again. There's always that itch, you know. I think if they got rid of the monthly subscription, or like even lowered the price, I think I might actually go back someday, maybe. I don't know. I have that itch. The itch is there. It's real. I don't even think I own Shadowlands. Would I have to buy Shadowlands and Dragonflight? I don't want to play World of Warcraft. Why am I trying to talk myself into playing it again? No, don't do it. It's not worth it. Even if it is fun now, I don't care. I haven't kept up with it. I have no idea what the consensus is really on all the content. Like, are the dungeons good? Is the gameplay fun? Is the reward structure good? Is it grindy as hell? Is it time gated like flying was in like Zereth Mortis, I think it was in Shadowlands? Like, I kept up with Shadowlands kind of well. Not as well as Battle for Azeroth. I mean, I did actually play Battle for Azeroth. It was horrible. And then I didn't play Shadowlands. Kept up with it, though, through, like, streamers and stuff. And YouTubers. It just seemed so bad. Story seemed so bad, too. Final Fantasy. Let's talk about Final Fantasy, because that's what this category is. Yeah, then I started playing Final Fantasy. This is just my history lesson now. Final Fantasy, I think anyone should give it a try. I could almost put Shadowbringers on this list too, just because I played it. But I started it last year, so I don't think it would count, even though I finished it in January this year. I think I like Shadowbringers a little bit more than Endwalker, to be honest. I don't know, I'm always flip-flopping on them. Even now, as I say that, I'm flip-flopping. Endwalker is like this perfect culmination of years and years of story build-up, and it's fantastic. I couldn't have asked for a better end of this, like, I guess, arc of Final Fantasy. And as of this recording, only 6.1 and 6.2 are out. And so the main story quest, where it's going, seems pretty cool. It doesn't seem like crazy, but it seems really cool. But anyway, Zero, I really like Zero. Holy crap, I thought Zero was so cool. In 6.2, I don't know what they're gonna do with her in the future. I hope that she's around for a while. She better not die, I'll be so mad. But yeah, Final Fantasy, here's my pitch to anyone who hasn't tried the game and might be slightly interested, maybe, I don't know. I think you can enjoy this game even if you've never played another Final Fantasy, even if you've never played an MMO. I think you'll enjoy this game. It's very easy to understand, it's very easy to pick up. You can really just focus on the story if that's what you like games for. The story is amazing once you get past A Realm Reborn. A Realm Reborn's a bit slow, but it is like kind of this like world building kind of I guess setup kind of part of the game, but it can be a bit slow at times. They've actually trimmed it down a lot since release. since it first released all those years ago. They've trimmed down the quests a lot, but it's still pretty long. Pretty sure it still has the most amount of quests out of an expansion. I don't know. Actually, if that's true or not, please let me know. Main story quests, that is. Some of them are really, like, fast, though. It's like, go here, talk to this guy, quest complete. But yeah, it has that old MMO kind of style of quests. It's like, go fetch a couple things, and then here's some story stuff, and then go talk to this guy, go run across this world. It starts to pick up once you get your chocobo, which you get pretty early on, actually. And once you get flying, it's a lot faster as well. But yeah, it's definitely slow, which might actually be kind of a good thing if you're new to MMOs, because you can slowly get accustomed to the way that it works. But yeah, you can just follow the main story quests. Of course, do your class quests as well, or else you'll be in shambles, because you need those to unlock abilities. But the game teaches you all this stuff, so don't worry. Don't worry, it's probably the easiest to pick up MMO right now, I'd say. If you've never played an MMO before. If you have played an MMO before, you'll find it very easy to get accustomed to. You might have trouble with the map, though, if you come from World of Warcraft. I know I had a lot of trouble with the map at first, but you get used to it. But yeah, if you come from another MMO, it'll be very familiar. The gameplay is really similar to World of Warcraft, and World of Warcraft's gameplay is probably its strongest point right now for me. Thinking about when I think about it, and I'm like, man, it feels so good to click buttons in that game. It really does. I think it feels a bit better in World of Warcraft than in Final Fantasy, but in Final Fantasy it's still very good. But they're basically like kind of the same. They have global cooldowns, off global cooldowns. You'll learn all this stuff too if you do try out the game. But yeah, if you played another MMO, it'll be really easy to pick up. You'll have no trouble at all. So you'll get enjoyment out of it if you have played an MMO, I think. And if you played another Final Fantasy game, man, this game loves references, it loves homages, I guess you could say. You'll be very happy with this game if you've played other Final Fantasy games. Are there any Final Fantasy VII references? I don't think there are. You can get Cloud's outfit as like a subscription reward if you subscribe for like a month or something. Or 2 months, I don't know. Are there any other Final Fantasy VII references? I can't think of any off the top of my head. I'm sure there are. I wish Sephiroth was a boss fight, right? They have Kefka as a boss fight. Where's Sephiroth? Maybe Final Fantasy VII is just a whole nother beast and they can't really do too much with it. I don't know, though. I think Sephiroth would be awesome. Be fucking awesome. Why isn't Sephiroth a boss? Damn it. Imagine One-Winged Angel in Final Fantasy XIV and you're just beating the shit out of Sephiroth, and he's awesome, and he's killing everyone. It'd be awesome. Anyway, oh yeah, you can get Cloud's bike too. Wow, I'm gonna have to cut down this segment a lot. I have been talking about this for a long time. Woo Nelly. Try out the game. It has a free trial. And the free trial includes the entire base game, which is A Realm Reborn, and the entire first expansion, Heaven's Ward, which is like one of the best stories ever. And you can play it all for freaking free. It's ridiculous. You get hundreds of hours for free. It's unbelievably good how big the free trial is. There are people who just play the free trial. They never even buy the game. They just play the free trial all the time. But anyway, give it a try. Free trial is amazingly good deal. Free trial. Try it out. Free trial. Try it out. Go, go, go. By the way, Lalafels are the best. If you're not playing a Lalafell, you're doing it wrong. Don't play a cat girl. You'll be one of a billion, and you'll be in a sea of cat girls. You want to stand out? Don't be a cat girl. Be a Hrothgar, because no one plays them. Or be a male Rogadin. Anyway, let's move on from Final Fantasy XIV. I could gush about it. I could shill for it all day, but let's not. Even if you don't think you're interested, just try it. Okay, just try it, dude. Just try it. Alright, moving on to the next category. Worst Game of the Year. Oof. There's two here, actually. One is like an honorable mention, kind of. It's a game that I actually played, tried out myself. And then the actual worst game of the year, I didn't play, but I have enough experience to declare it the worst game of the year. I'll explain. But first, the honorable mention, Tower of Fantasy. As you can see, resident sleeper there himself. That's my reaction playing this game. It was just so damn boring. Here's a, like, MMO, Genshin Impact-esque, anime, generic piece of boring garbage with combat that is somehow less exciting than Genshin Impact's 2-button combat. You know what I mean? Genshin Impact is like 2 moves per character or something. This is somehow more boring. Voice acting, not great. The story really not hooking me at the beginning there with that one. Characters, stupid, annoying, I hate them. The world's ugly, generic crap. I hate it, I hated it. I played it for like a couple hours, it was so boring. Honorable mention in quotes there. It's just boring, man. I don't know. Does anyone like this game? Didn't it flop in China? The country that it was like made for? Yeah, I know why it flopped, because it fucking sucks. Anyway, next, Diablo Immortal. This is the actual worst game of the year. Diablo, something I enjoy. I played Diablo 3, I played Diablo 2, I played a bit of Diablo 1 when I was younger. I've seen enough about this game, I've heard enough about this game. I don't have to play it to know it's awful. Like, the game... like, even if it didn't have all the awful, horrible monetization crap, I don't think it still wouldn't be that good. Like, it just looks like Diablo 3, but bad. Like, I don't know, man. Diablo 3's not even that good anyway, but, But then you add the monetization. Like, if it didn't have that, it'd be like an average whatever. You can play a bit of it while you take a dump or something, right? But then you add on all this horrible monetization and predatory crap. It takes a mediocre game and it just, wow, turns it into the biggest pile of garbage I ever saw in my life. Don't you guys have phones? Well, I bet you wish you didn't, because this thing fucking sucks. I don't really have that high of expectations for Diablo 4, I'll be honest. I'll wait with bated breath to see if it's any good. But Diablo Immortal, God. I mean, do I even need to say anymore? We all know. We already know. I can't believe this crap was at the freaking Game Awards nominated for Best Mobile Game. What the fuck? How much money did Blizzard have to pay Jeff Keighley for that one? Anyway, on the final category, biggest disappointment of the year. I'll be honest, I didn't play this game, I didn't buy it, and that's because it looked so horrifically disappointing. I was so excited for this game that I'm going to show you now, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I was so excited, I was like, yes, I'm gonna get Pokemon Violet. I'm gonna choose the cat. I'm gonna choose the cute cat, even though the final evolution kind of disappointing when you look at the middle evolution. But I'm gonna choose the cat, it's gonna be so awesome. Oh, no. Oh, no. The frames per second, fucking Ocarina of Time runs at 20 FPS. And yet it looks like it runs at 60 FPS compared to this piece of shit here. Holy crap, this like gives you a headache to look at. You know what I mean? And, you know, on top of that, you got all these horrible glitches, visual bugs, glitches where you can duplicate the Master Ball and duplicate a shiny. The eating animation is so bad. This is a game that was clearly not ready to be released, but they released it anyway. What is Game Freak doing? Sword and Shield was so horrifically bad. And like, there are people who play this game and they're like, at least it's not Sword and Shield. Like, oh my god, how low are we gonna go here? That's your comparison? At least it's not the worst thing ever. Like, what? It's like, I got shot in the heart, at least I didn't get shot in the brain. Like, what the fuck? Who cares? You're dead anyway, you know what I mean? Like, and the game's ugly. It's just ugly. Even if it ran at 60 FPS and didn't have all these visual bugs and weird poppin' crap, worse poppin' than Sonic Frontiers at times. Even if it didn't have all that, it would still look fucking ugly. It would still be pretty damn ugly. Like, I get that the Switch has less power than the Wii U did for some reason. Nintendo thought that was a good idea. But damn, come on. I know the Switch ain't beefy, but you can get Xenoblade Chronicles 3 out of the Switch. How does Game Freak, the company that makes like the most money ever, not have the ability to get a game that looks even decently good? Like, what the hell? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And yet it still sold so much. I cannot believe it. Like, people shit on the game all day, but then they're like, yeah, the game's fucking terrible, but I still bought it. Then you have people who are like, yeah, it's terrible, but I liked it, so actually it's good. It's like, no. You can like it. Don't get me wrong. You can like it. But admit that it is terrible, at least. It's terrible. Oh man, I was so looking forward to it. I was like, man, this looks like it's gonna be a fun Pokemon game. Wow, 3 different story things that you can do. You can go fight the evil team of the game. You can go do all the gyms. You can go do this other treasure hunt thing, whatever the hell that thing is. And then what am I given? Instead, I'm given 3 turds in my mouth. Yeah, that's definitely the biggest disappointment of the year. Like, how does this happen so often with Pokemon recently? Like, okay, Legends Arceus, maybe the gameplay was kind of fun, but man, it was even uglier than this game, I swear. But at least it ran, you know what I mean? At least it actually ran at a decent frame rate. I don't know, man. Like, for, like, Sword and Shield, like, you get their starters revealed. Everyone's like, wow, they're so awesome. Oh boy. The game's gonna be awesome, guys, and it comes out, and then like you hear about the Pokédex, and they're reusing models, and the trees look worse than Ocarina of Time trees, and then the disappointment, and then the excitement immediately just crumbles away in everyone. But then it sells a bunch anyway, and it's awful. Then people are like, well, that game was awful. Then Scarlet Violet gets revealed. Oh my god. Oh wow, look at the starters, they're awesome. They're so awesome. Oh wow, the game looks good. And then it comes out and it's like, oh no, not again. Not again. Like there's like memory leak. Did they ever fix the frame rate? Is the frame rate still god awful? I think it is. Like caused by a memory leak or something. Like, can you fix it, guys? Can you patch the game? No, you're just gonna patch out the shiny duping glitch and not patch out the horrible frame rate things? I don't know. Did they fix it? I don't think so. And apparently, like, the whole world's loaded in and it's not, and the stuff that you can't see isn't being culled or something like that. I don't know. Like, come on. How is this game? How does this even happen? Who is making these games? A monkey? A single monkey making this game at Great Game Freak Studios? I'm sure the workers are horribly overworked, though, let's be honest. Because they released a bunch of Pokemon games this year. But regardless, yeah, pretty horrible. Pretty horrible disappointment all around. Can Nintendo give Pokemon to someone else? Give it to Monolith. They know how to make a freaking big open world that doesn't run like garbage and looks good too. Like, what the hell? Anyway. That's all. That's it. Thanks for watching. I didn't watch very many movies this year, or otherwise I'd give you my top movie of the year. All the movies I did watch sucked, though, so I can't even tell you which one I liked the most. I watched Doctor Strange. It was really weird, kind of bad. I watched Buzz Lightyear. Not very great. Not very great at all. What was that other Marvel movie? Thor. Yeah, pretty terrible. What was that other piece of crap I watched? Pinocchio. The Pinocchio remake. I don't know why it exists. I don't know why Disney keeps doing it. They suck. Every time they suck. And I also watched Chip and Dale, which, not great, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be that. Best movie of the year, Chip and Dale. No, it wasn't great. I just didn't watch very many movies this year, that's all. TV shows, didn't watch any. I don't think I watched a single TV show this year. I watched Monster. It's old, but it was very good. Best anime that came out this year, though? Mob Psycho Season 3. Easily. Song of the year? I don't think I listened to a single song that came out this year. That's surely not true, but whenever I do listen to music, it certainly ain't recent music. My favorite song of the year? Oh, it's gotta be the ending theme to Mob Psycho Season 3. I don't do those other things enough to even make a list for them. Anyway, that's my games of the year. My 4 categories. Well, 5 actually, because there's also the games that didn't make the cut. Games that didn't make the cut. Top best games of the year. Best games of the year that didn't come out this year. Worst game of the year. And then biggest disappointment of the year. Diablo Immortal wasn't a disappointment because it was Blizzard. So what were you expecting, you numbskulls? Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. I mean, you shouldn't expect anything from Pokemon either these days, let's be honest. But anyway, that's it. That's all. My games of the year for this year. Leave your list down below. Tell me what your favorite games were. Tell me what your favorite movie was. Anything. Tell me what your favorite theme was. I don't know. Tell me what your favorite pair of shoes were that came out this year. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Let me know down below. See you next year for more game awards. Like and subscribe. Check out the channel for more fun stuff. I play a lot of Zelda. Do a lot of Zelda stuff. Thanks for watching. This video took a long time to record because I rambled about Final Fantasy for like an hour. Almost, it feels like. Feels like, anyway. But anyway, thank you for watching. See you soon. Goodbye.